Stop. That's just so I can. It has like an auto sync. So I basically put it into Premiere and I say synchronize audio. And if there's very definitive moments where the camera audio matches this audio, it can just sync up.
I thought you were doing like
better.
Clap on.
No, I'm not.
Remember those commercials?
Of course.
Clap off.
Of course. I always liked it at the end. There was like a lady that set up and just very sloppily went like, and just like laid down really quick. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was just out.
Give her an Oscar.
It was like the clapping shut her down.
Should they give Oscars for commercials?
I want to watch
yes.
that.
We should. Yeah. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
I should have sent it to you. I saw a commercial recently that was like just an old commercial. And I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh, this is awesome. No one would care about this, but you would have cared.
I know. It's so funny. We hated commercials when we were kids, and now when we see them, we're like, oh, I remember that.
That's a good point. Anyway, we'll get this ball rolling. Hi, everybody. My name is Drew. You are you. This is
SGB.
SGB. It's Shannon.
Je suis la jeune fille.
And no, that's not French they're speaking. No.
That is French they're speaking.
No.
Yes, that's French they're speaking, but these children aren't French. They're American. You didn't watch enough Muzzy.
I didn't know how it started. I didn't know how the thing. I thought maybe they identified that the girl was not French first before they said that, but no. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm woefully out of practice on my Muzzy commercials. Apparently,
I took French 1. That was it.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Okay, hey, everybody. We're just gonna talk about some random crap, and maybe you'll be interested, maybe you won't. Either way, you'll know pretty fast whether or not you need to turn this off.
It's been a minute.
It has. It's been like since March, February.
Yeah. We're just
sorry about that.
Doing stuff
and lazy.
There's
that.
Well, the stuff that we're doing includes naps.
Yeah.
That's another way we're divided. We talked about house divided pizza, house divided
sci-fi.
Yeah. I like naps.
I cannot abide a nap. I feel like it's a waste of life. I would rather be doing stuff. And when I go to sleep, I'm not happy about it. I'm like, no, now it's going to be the next day sooner. And I want today to last.
I get that. Yeah. But I just like being comfortable and napping. And I remember when Archer was born and we brought him home that first week, my mom came out and she said, take a nap. I will watch the baby. This is the time where you should be napping. And I was like, say less.
I thought I needed a nap.
We laid down in the bed. You just felt uncomfortable. And I napped. I had a great time.
Yeah,
you woke up and you were like, I am never doing that again.
I don't know if I've napped since.
When you're sick, you might doze.
Sure.
But you've not I want to crawl back in the bed.
I accidentally fell asleep one time before one of your shows.
You did.
And
I was really pissed.
I wasn't late though.
Because you never nap. And when I texted you, I was like, are you on the way? And you were like, oh, I fell asleep.
But I made it on time.
Barely.
So you wouldn't have been pissed if I had never told you. You would have never have known.
I was like,
it just happened. I don't know. It doesn't normally happen. It just took me.
Oh my God.
But you wouldn't have known. So you can't be mad at me because
I can't.
No,
I can.
It in no way affected you.
I can always find a reason to be mad at you.
I don't. Anyway, so last episode, I guess, I don't know. We did talk about Shannon's grumpy squirrel picture.
Yes.
Which was a fantastic photo.
I love it. So I really want to frame it. I thought about it. And this office is in a, look at me. I'm going to gesticulate over here. This office is in a state of flux right now. And I was actually thinking about this while you were setting up. We've got shelves over here. We've got a picture of Brack. We've got a couple of stitched things from our friend Francis. And I really want to hang them. And we can really kind of make a gallery wall of the cool stuff we have in here that really accurately represent our varied interests. Yeah, this is marvelous right here. This is Brack from Space Ghost.
The glare. There we go.
There we go. Our dear friend Kevin made this from 37 Crows Studio.
He carved a stamp, I think.
Yeah, it's a stamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I had a T-shirt of Brack that said, "Hey, where's my bologna sandwich?" Spoiler alert: he was sitting on it.
We We bonded over.
We bonded
Brack.
over Brack and Space Ghost.
I would say Brack, Billy Idol, Duran Duran,
like 80s music in general. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I liked Duran Duran just fine, but I really only knew Notorious and Hungry Like the Wolf. But I felt like I needed to know more to impress you. So I went down.
I love Duran Duran.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. So anyway, Flux. We did go to IKEA, picked up a couple pieces of furniture.
Yeah, we're trying to get the 3D printer in here, plus recording space, plus the existing stuff we had in here, which is 2 bookshelves. And it's just, we're fitting a lot of stuff into a small room. And I think we can make it work. We're going to have to.
It's getting better.
We're going to have to, we got to figure it out. But because we want to have this space be in here, to do all the things that we want to do. So anyway, that's been Flux.
Squirrel.
Back to squirrel.
We got distracted from the squirrel. The squirrel didn't distract us. How about that?
How about it?
So Shannon took a picture of this pissed off squirrel, and it was funny. Haha. Somehow this thing showed up in the mail. And if you notice, it's almost
identical.
It is a super cranky squirrel. How in the world?
My mom found it. My mom found it. She watches your work. Mm-hmm. And she found this in Ohio, and she knew we had to have it, even though it says.
I thought for sure someone embroidered it based on that photo.
It looked like it was something somebody sent in.
It looks exactly the same.
So good.
So we now have a tea towel of a cranky squirrel.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's marvelous. So in addition to that, I thought that I would pull some comments and questions from previous videos, and we would address them in whatever fashion we choose here. Speaking of squirrels, at GCC0346 says, these are all squirrel related, by the way. I just want you to know that. I once saw a squirrel.
Trigger warning.
I'm sorry.
Squirrels.
Yes, squirrels. I once saw a squirrel run across the top of our fence with an entire tomato in its mouth. Such Harmonious Madness says, I have seen a squirrel run off with the entire top of a jack-o'-lantern from our deck. So that bagel story is completely believable. Christy W. says, Shannon, I 100% believe you about the squirrel. I caught one on our porch a few winters ago, stashing a part of a pastry in our mailbox beside our front door. For reference, Shannon once saw a squirrel with like an entire bisected bagel in its mouth running away, and I wasn't really sure how valid that was, but I don't know. It might be.
It happened.
GDOPIV says, I have seen a squirrel with half a sandwich run up a tree, and drop random toppings from 20 feet up. I've also seen squirrels dumpster dive.
They're resourceful.
Phil Naughton says, I have also seen a squirrel with half a bagel in its mouth. Another squirrel was chasing it, but the first squirrel had no intention of sharing it. They really got into it. Bagel rage. And then finally, Rain86 says, r/squirrels eating pizza, which is a Reddit channel apparently. Be vindicated, Shannon. Bagels are only the beginning.
They will find some shit and they will run off with it.
I went to that Reddit channel, honey.
You did?
Entire slices of pizza.
See?
Like whole ass pieces of pizza.
See?
So yeah, okay. Squirrels.
That's why they get so fat.
Squirrels have no limits.
They don't care.
To what they try.
I love it. My only regret is that I didn't get a picture of it because it would have rivaled the grumpy squirrel.
Well,
by far.
I think if we clearly have squirrels in the backyard because we fight them.
We have a squirrel problem
with the birds because because obviously we're both over 35, and at 35 apparently you just become really into birds.
Yes.
Love it. All of a sudden, we're just like, birds are the most amazing creatures in the world. I don't know when it happened, why it happened, or how, but
it's just a thing that happens.
Both of us immediately, we're like, birds are amazing now.
Bring it.
So we had multiple feeders. We just bought a new one today, but the squirrels have been.
This is supposed to be an anti-squirrel feeder. It can't get in there.
If the heavier weight perches upon it, it lowers. It's just like a spring-loaded thing, and it shuts all of the openings.
So the birds can have it, but the squirrels can't.
Look, we'll see.
They're just pigs. They're pigs. They're
awful. But you also kind of love them at the same time.
I do. And one of the things I was doing is I was putting olive oil on the pole, and I was watching them slide down.
On our pole?
Yeah.
I don't think you ever told me that.
I put olive oil on there a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like the deck can get
But
any
it
more
wouldn't
oily.
exactly
Because all the suet
exactly,
crap.
and it wouldn't stay. It didn't stay oily. So, but
you
it
have
was
to reapply
funny.
frequently.
It was funny to watch them though.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah, I respect their fervent gluttony.
yeah, they're diligent.
But stay out of our bird feed. A couple more comments. Kasek, who's a buddy of mine, says, I've wondered why retro restaurant, this is in correspondence to the fact that we wanted fast food retro to come back. Kasek says, I wonder why retro restaurant, the term, basically means 1950s diner. As much as I love those, give me some 80s and 90s themed spots for sure. That is so true. Why is it only the 50s?
Yeah. It is. That's not the only thing that is retro.
No, I mean, it's a very recognizable aesthetic.
I agree with this.
But the 70s and the 80s had very recognizable aesthetics as well.
It's like 50s primetime cafe.
Which is cool.
In Disney, but you could have other living rooms from different, like maybe they make it all of the, you know what I mean? Like they have an 80s living room, a 70s living room. That would be cool.
Absolutely.
And it would be like the Carousel of Progress, but like in a restaurant in the different...
I dig it.
Isn't that cool?
You could even like have so would the 90s one be like that sponge painting and then like
grapes,
yes,
grapes
everywhere,
and then it could have a phone on the wall that would ring while you were eating, while you're trying to eat.
I like it. That's very good.
Yeah, I mean, and or like maybe a glass table. I remember we had a glass table, kitchen table in the 80s. We graduated eventually to a wood table, but we did have a glass one.
In the late 80s, early 90s, my mom
was... And if you leaned on it, it would kind of go, boop.
Oh, yeah, no,
don't lean on it.
In the late 80s, early 90s, my mom was very much into the whole farmhouse aesthetic. Like pictures of chickens everywhere.
Yeah. My mom had
chickens.
We had plates with cows on them.
Yes, cows too. I don't know what.
Yeah, my mom was into that.
Apples everywhere.
Apples. When we
had apple Christmas ornaments.
Yeah. Apples, all of the fruits. Lots of that aesthetic going around. Yeah, my mom liked cows and chickens for sure. Yep. She probably has cows and chickens in her kitchen currently.
All right. And then finally, VHF says, the nighttime is the right time. The nighttime is the right time.
Yes.
And for what it's worth, I had the cassette, they say.
Yes.
That's obviously in reference to the Adam Sandler album, What the Hell Happened to Me, which we both loved.
Oh my gosh,
and,
so good.
Still do, which is so dumb. But you don't honestly love the 90s Adam Sandler humor as far as like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. Yeah. That doesn't ring your bell.
Not a lot. Yeah. Not a lot. But you know how I feel about movies.
I think that Adam Sandler's 90s humor is great in short bursts.
Yeah.
A whole film about it.
Yeah.
Especially Billy Madison. I feel like Happy Gilmore is more digestible.
It gets a little old.
Billy Madison, he's just doing the voice like the whole time. It's a bit much.
It gets a little old. I do like some of the stuff he did on SNL, though, like Opera Man.
You liked Opera Man?
Opera Man was so funny.
I didn't get it.
Stupid. It's stupid.
I never, like, for as successful as career as Adam Sandler had, I don't think his SNL work was that memorable.
It wasn't.
And Opera Man's like the best he has.
But
like,
what about the Lunch Lady song? He did that.
His songs are probably the standout thing that he did.
I think he did the Hanukkah song on SNL the first time.
Yeah.
On Update.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, he's a small doses guy. Yeah. Some comedians are small doses guys, and he's one of them.
Do you have any curiosity to watch the second Happy Gilmore?
Nope.
I do. I'll watch it. I'm not going to drag you to the theater for it, but I'm curious. All right, so that's the end of some comments here. We wanted to revisit the discussion that we had about the movies So I Married an Axe Murderer and Godzilla -1. The deal was that I would watch So I Married an Axe Murderer, which I did not think was worth watching. I thought it was a forgettable, lukewarm, mediocre comedy at best. Shannon disagreed. She thinks it's a classic. A lot of people agreed that it's a classic 90s comedy.
I was very vindicated in the comments at how many people were.
And I was very disappointed in the comments. Anyway, Godzilla -1, I said Shannon should try, even though she's never seen a Godzilla movie, has never wanted to see a Godzilla movie. This one is different. This is an actual good movie, regardless of what it was. So we both watched.
Yeah, we watched them.
With, I think, a more open mind.
Sure.
So yeah, you go first. What was your overall opinion of Godzilla -1?
I thought it was well done. I thought the effects were well done. They didn't look cheesy. It didn't look like there was a guy dangling anything in front of the camera to create an effect. So
you weren't expecting that, right?
No, but I didn't know what to expect. anyway, I thought it was fine. It was good. Had to read. It was dubbed. I don't.
Oh, it was
subtitled.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's not my favorite. I like to have the subtitles on
supplementally,
not for the
necessity.
But yeah, exactly. Thank you. So yeah, it was good. It was fine. It was if you have to watch a Godzilla movie, I think that's solid entry point into the Godzilla.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, and just overall, if you were in charge of Rotten Tomatoes, or 1 to 100, since they do the percentage thing,
I'd give it an 8.
Let's do 100, like out of 100%.
Oh, 100%.
80%.
80, sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I Married an Axe Murderer. I'll say that the pros, the scenes at his home with his family were funnier than I remembered.
His mom, especially.
His mom and his dad, both hilarious. But at the same time, I felt like that whole thing was an idea for like a skit that he had, and he just shoved it into the movie.
Yeah.
It had no bearing on the plot.
Yeah.
None of those characters had any consequence in the story at all.
No, besides just that's where he found out about the Black Widow, like from his mom's National Enquirer.
Yeah, okay. I guess you're right.
So
okay. So
and seeing his home life or whatever.
It was borderline inconsequential though.
And I thought about this. They didn't really talk about what he did for work. He was just a beat poet.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of shit that they do in rom-coms now, where it's like some girl who lives in the city and she's got some high-paying job or whatever. And it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
So it was just a flip of that, because I feel like a lot of rom-coms do this thing where all these people live this very elaborate lifestyle and they're like a magazine editor or something. And it's like, what?
Yeah. I guess if I tell myself this is a romantic comedy, not a classic 80s comedy, that
you have to remember what it's not.
Right. I guess in my mind, whenever anybody would be like, oh, So I Married an Axe Murderer, that's a classic, I'm thinking like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles classic or Tommy Boy classic. But if I compare it to other like 90s rom-coms, it's not the worst, but it's still not good. It's not a good movie. Mike Myers is not funny. Like, he's funny when he plays his dad, but the lead character is not humorous at all.
I don't know that he's
insufferable.
I don't know that. Oh, sorry. I don't know that he's supposed to be funny.
But he tries, right? Like, he has jokes.
But everybody knows a guy like that.
Here's the thing: you often do the hello thing, but no. Here's the thing: do you actually think that's funny? Because it's not. It's funny when you do it, but like when he does it in the show, it's not funny, is it?
It's funny because it's stupid.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's what I wanted you to say.
It's funny because it's stupid.
Okay, I will agree to that. But like, I guess I'm looking at it, I'm like, am I supposed to be laughing at this? Because this is stupid. But okay, so it's not a good movie, or do you think it is?
It's not objectively a good movie.
Okay, that's fine. I love a lot of bad movies.
It's not objectively a bad movie, but I still like it.
Okay, that's okay.
I will still quote it.
I think that both of us identified quite a number of plot holes, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We saw quite a few of those.
No, it's silly. It's not supposed to. Look, it's not The Room.
No.
But it's also not.
I would watch So I Married an Axe Murderer every day. And
it's also not Schindler's List,
I would still rather watch So I Married an Axe Murderer. That'll leave you depleted.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's entertaining. We laughed out loud a couple of times.
I laughed. The family scenes were funny.
But we laughed out loud it's a couple of times.
It's like he had an idea for a skit, and he's like, I've got this Scottish voice that I really think is going to take me places.
And it did.
I'd love to workshop it. Shrek, fat bastard. Yeah. Like that's like his thing now.
That's his thing.
If he didn't, so you might be able to say, if So I Married an Axe Murderer didn't happen, would Shrek happen? Like, he would have milked.
I'm sure. Yeah, he did. I'm sure he did that voice.
Yeah. You're right.
Other places, but
okay.
No.
So I would give So I Married an Axe Murderer on Rotten Tomatoes a 47%. It's gonna be rotten, but it's not.
It wasn't received well when it came out.
Yeah.
But
but right now, like some people are like, oh, it's a cult classic now. Like, I don't think it should be. I really don't. There are other movies that have yet to be discovered that I think people can discover and become cult classic.
I will always look fondly.
All right. Well, you go ahead and you do that. I will abstain. But
Okay.
All right. It's been a while, but I had a birthday. I turned 41. That was a thing. We went to a boiling grill, sort of like Cajun-ish place, and we got that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out to a Greasy Spoon Diner, get some breakfast.
Did that?
And I wanted to go to. We watched Lord of the Rings. That was my request. I wanted to watch
Yep.
Fellowship of the Ring with my family, and
So
we did
good.
that. I got interrupted because we had to go and pick the dogs up
From the
'cause
groomer,
They
yeah.
got groomed, but yeah, it's all right. Archer did okay. He wasn't gripped by it necessarily.
He's 11. What are you gonna do?
So, and he still doesn't.
We were older than him when it came out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was in high school.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go to this boiling grill place. I wanted a big, bag of steamed, crab and crawdads.
He
and
wanted
shrimp.
to eat a bag of food.
Yeah, and it was fantastic.
It was really good.
It was
and
really
it's
good.
really close to our house, but it was delicious. Crab legs. Archer and I split crab legs and steamed shrimp, and then they put a couple of sausages in there and some corn cobs, and you could pick your spice level, but it was really just a bag of buttery seafood, and it was really good. I mean,
It was
would
fantastic.
go back.
Absolutely would go back.
We talked about you should bring your mom there. She would like it.
One of my brothers would like it.
One of your brothers would like
Yeah.
it. It was fun. We had bibs.
Yes.
I mean, if
we had
you
lobster
go
bibs.
into a restaurant and they give you a bib, you know shit's about to go down.
It's good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna go down.
Yeah.
You don't go to Outback Steakhouse and get a bib
Nah, that's
to eat
it's a
your
bit.
steak.
No bib
You're gonna be
required.
cracking shells.
Bibless. So yeah, that was nice. I had an enjoyable birthday,
Yeah, it
and
was
then a
fun.
couple weeks went by, and my brother still hadn't done anything with me, and they kept on saying like, "Drew, come on, man, let's do something." And I'm like, whatever. And then eventually they're like, "All right, tonight, let's go out. Where do you want to go? You want to try someplace new? Someplace you've never been before, something interesting?" I'm like, "No, how about Waffle House?"
Drew, do new things?
So I like new things,
Eat
but
new foods?
that place was new. The Cajun place was new. I don't mind new places, but I like Waffle House a lot. And I said, guys, I just want to go to Waffle House. So we did. So yeah, I got a little bonus Waffle House.
Waffle House.
And then yesterday we went to IHOP too. So I'm feeling good. My breakfast situation is solid.
Yeah, we like to eat breakfast out. It's fun.
Which
It's a hobby.
is a little bit of a newer thing for you.
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
I've always been a breakfast
And then just
person.
kind of, I really got into Western omelets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of wanted to just do a Western omelet tour and eat everybody's Western omelet. And really, my favorite one so far is still Silver Diner because they cook the ham. It's already like kind of, they toast that up a little bit. They don't just put like wet, cold ham chunks.
Do not say wet, cold ham chunks to me ever again. I do not like that at all.
It's not good in an omelet.
It's not good anything.
They cook the ham first and then put it in the
It's like
omelet.
a Ruby Tuesday salad bar right there.
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't like that. I like ham, but I don't want wet, cold ham chunks.
Mm-mm.
We don't like that.
Question for everybody. Waffles versus pancakes. I have some feelings about this. I view pancakes like I do cake, and I view waffles like I do pie. Pie, like waffles, you can get one pretty much anywhere, and it's good. An Eggo waffle is nice. A restaurant Belgian waffle is nice. And a pie is the same way. A pie at a restaurant or a bakery is fantastic. A pie from a grocery store, still pretty solid. You can't really go wrong with pies and waffles. However, the peak of a waffle or a pie is, I think, lower than a pancake or cake. I think cakes can have low lows.
They can have a lot of wrong with them.
They
They can
can.
be dry. The
But-
icing can be gross.
But at their best, honey, they can be
delicious.
heavenly. So that's how I view pancakes and cake. I think that the cakes and the pancakes have a higher peak and a lower valley. So I don't know which one I like better. I mean, I think waffles and pies are more consistent, more reliable, but I don't think they can peak quite as high. Like
yeah.
a perfect
You
pancake.
can really screw up a pancake.
Yeah, it can be inedible. But I don't think you can do that with pie or waffles.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and the way you cook a waffle, there's heat being applied
Yeah.
to all sides at all times
Yeah.
versus a pancake where you have to actually flip it. So I think, the margin for error lies in the batter.
You're a pancake person.
I'm pancake.
Yeah.
I like a soft, fluffy pancake. I don't like a crispy, crunchy pancake.
If she does get crispy crunchy pancake, now it's not ever crispy crunchy, to be honest. What if the pancake has even a little bit of an edge to it, if it is actually cooked on a griddle or something like that, this woman will burrow into the pancake and eat around the center, leaving a rim left over.
I'll do that.
She's done that with her meatloaf before. She's done that with. I've seen her do that with foods that really shouldn't have that be done.
Doesn't have a crust. Well, it does now.
Yeah, you really identify any crustitude.
Yeah.
All right, so let me know what you think about the whole pancake waffle thing. That's my opinion.
Waffles.
Yeah. And then we went to Nag's Head recently, the Outer Banks in North Carolina.
Yeah, for part of spring break. It was really fun.
It was fantastic. We hadn't been to the beach in.
It was a short trip. We left on a Thursday morning and we got back on Saturday. But we fit a lot into that time, and the weather was gorgeous.
For early-ish April.
Yeah, the water was cold in the ocean.
That was the one downside, is all of the restaurants were easy, walk in, get seated any time of day. But the ocean
was a little chilly. Didn't stop our son.
Oh no.
He ran full tilt into the ocean, clothed.
Didn't expect that.
But we didn't bring nary a beach towel.
Nope.
We weren't planning on doing any swimming.
Nope.
We didn't bring our bathing suits. So, but Archer surprised us all and just went for it, which is cool. But the beach was beautiful. The water was beautiful. I think next time we go, we'll be better prepared for possible beach sitting. Because I would have liked to have spent more time sitting on the beach, but we didn't have chairs, we didn't have towels.
It was so windy too.
Yeah, it was very windy.
If we had sat down, we would have been, that first day anyway, we would have been like beat to death by those we needed by the sand, the windy sand.
Yeah.
Ow.
Drew Brown wore jeans on the beach.
I happened to be wearing jeans on the day we went to the beach. Let's not pretend
jeans every day
let's not pretend like we all got changed for beach gear and Drew just changed, said, no, I'm wearing jeans. We were all in the clothes that we wore that day. I
wasn't wearing sneakers.
But if you had been that day, you would have been wearing them on the beach.
I would have taken them off.
Okay, well, I guess I could have. But then, you got to put socks on. You got to find a way to find some place on the...
I don't wear socks. I am vehemently anti-sock.
And then when you wear sneakers, your feet get all torn up.
And they stink. But I don't like socks. My feet get claustrophobic. I don't like it.
I have socks on
But I
right
have
now.
lots of socks. People gift me corgi socks all the time. I'll wear them to keep my feet warm when I'm home, but I do not like a sock and a shoe together. It just makes me, I don't know, my feet feel like they want to break free. I don't like it.
All right. I wear socks to sleep. The end.
I would,
I think it's fantastic. The socks to me.
I'm happy for you.
The socks to me, what they provide me with is an opportunity to take the back end of my PJ pants and tuck a little bit of them into the socks so that the PJ pants don't ride up on you. Because if you move around and you're wearing pants to sleep, they can go up above the knee. And at that point, why are you wearing pants?
I don't wear pants.
You take just a little bit of the PJ pants,
I don't like
just
them.
a little bit into the sock.
Nope.
And your PJ pants stay pants. They don't revert into
just
short
don't wear
form.
pants.
But then you get leg upon leg, sweaty skin on skin.
Mine don't do that.
I feel anytime my skin is touching another part of my skin, it gets sweaty and gross.
Well, you're gross.
Ew. Rude. Stinky feet. All right. Anyway, yeah, I tuck my PJ pants into my sock. What of it?
He does.
It's not.
I can't wait to see literally the maybe one other person who's like, I do that too in the comments.
That'd be the first.
It's deranged.
That'd be a first.
It's demented.
It is not demented. It is highly efficient.
I bet if this house caught on fire and we were all on the front lawn being so grateful that we all escaped the blaze, the firemen would laugh at your socks. They'd be like, dude, hang on. We'll get the fire in a second. What is with your
Get the fire.
Check out, hey, Frank.
No, Frank.
Check out this guy's pants. They're tucked into his socks.
Frank saved my house. Stop looking at me.
No, we got all the people and the dogs out.
I don't care.
This house is screwed.
My video games are in there, Frank. You jerk. I'll show you my pants later. God. I don't like Frank.
Did you hear my mom joking yesterday that we were going to sell all your stuff at the yard sale while you're at the Chicago Pen Show?
Don't do that.
Or just have everybody come do a walkthrough.
I wonder if Archer would be more amenable to getting rid of some of his stuff at the yard sale if he got the money from it.
Or saw a kid go, oh, I want that.
Do parents do that when they sell their kids' stuff? Is it his stuff now? Does he get the money when it gets sold, or do we still get the money when it gets sold? How does that work? What age do you basically allow your kid to sell his
I don't know,
crap?
but he accused us of child labor for asking him to fold and put away his own clothes today.
I heard that.
What is that about? Who's teaching him about child labor?
I believe that the fact that you and I kind of speak in sarcasm and trolling has had an impact on this, because he's pretty adept at form of communication.
We went to a friend's house yesterday for a birthday party. Our friend Jeffrey's dad, Miles, had a birthday yesterday, and we were invited over to his home, and there was barbecue, and there was lots of people, and Archer said, "What time is it?" Because I really don't want to be spending all my free time here.
Yep. And that's just...
In front of people. In front of people.
The way you make it sounds very rude.
That's how he said it.
Right, but he was...
That was his exact inflection.
Everybody laughed. Like, it wasn't like...
It was funny, but he didn't laugh.
No.
Because he was deadly serious. And we were like, well, we haven't cut the cake yet. He's like, I don't want cake. We could get ice cream on the way home. That's what he said.
And then later he was like, why'd y'all laugh at that? We're like, I don't know. It was funny. It was like... It was something that I'm thinking, but I wouldn't have said. But anyway, while we were at Nag's Head, anyway, I picked up something from an antique shop that I was very happy about.
Yeah.
There was a couple antique shops that had a lot.
That was something new. We hadn't done that before on previous trips. But this time we were like, let's go look at the antique shops.
That's another thing that kind of like has happened around 38, 39.
You just kind of start to look at old shit. And the crazy thing is you start to see stuff from your childhood in those houses. I was sending pictures of old Pyrex to my mom. We had this, right? Didn't we have this? And something she was saying, oh, I still have
old
that.
Corelware.
I use it, right? I use it now. I found our dishes that we had in the 80s, 90s. It was strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberries. But she was like, doesn't it make you feel old to see all of your childhood in an antique store? And I was like, I mean, it's cool. It was like memory unlocked, you know? But those were fun. Ho, ho, ho.
So what we have here is a blow mold light up Christmas decoration.
That's what the influencers do.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta...
I just love this thing so much. He's so happy. He lights up. It's got this really old, vintagey, squeezy bulb thing you put back here.
Oh, I wish I had remembered the name of the store so we could plug her. The lady, the owner of the antique store where this was acquired, was really, really nice and
made in Canada.
Very knowledgeable about her wares. She was just so nice, and she had some political signage outside of her store that we agreed with, we'll say, and a flag. An inclusive flag, and so we wanted to patronize her.
Well, that was kind of like my hook, because I wanted to just buy
he
the
was
thing.
Like, I really want it. We walked out,
but Shannon was like, do you really?
Let's wait a second.
But the thing that really got her was like she wanted to support the small business.
He gets
so I was
excited. It's really hard to when he wants to be talked into something. It's hard not to talk him into it. He wants to be talked into it, and it's hard to be like the voice of reason when you want to spend money on something. When he just gets so happy.
I'm a very excitable person.
So I was like, let's walk out. Let's think about it for a second. Let's let the excitement wear off.
Yeah.
Let's get ice cream. The great equalizer.
So after you had your ice cream.
After I had my ice cream.
No, actually, no, it was before, because I left while y'all were in line.
I was like, go get your thing. Go get your thing.
And I did.
Felix is crying.
I know, I hear him. Big baby.
He's crying.
So anyway, it's a blow mold decoration. So when those hollow plastic things. When
I can't stand it.
Don't ignore him.
I can't.
At Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia, every year, it's a theme park, but every holiday season they shut down more or less and turn it into Christmas Town, and they light up everything. The Italy section of Busch Gardens turns into kind of like a vintagey sort of Christmas area, and they have blow mold Santas going across the bridge to the Italy section, almost just like this, larger. But every time we go over that bridge, I just love these Santa heads so much. And when I saw that in the window when we were leaving,
that's what it looked like to you. Yeah.
I was like, oh, they have one, and I wanted it so bad. So yeah, we're gonna just hang this in the inside, but against the
only
window.
At Christmas time.
For now, I mean, who knows how long it'll stay up? I mean,
we'll see what the HOA has to say about that.
It'll be in the same.
Scratching at the door.
I know, leave him alone. It'll be in the same room as the Pizza Hut lamp, thankfully.
My baby. He's so sad.
Our youngest corgi is just incorrigible.
He's a mama's boy.
He really is.
He loves mama.
Anyway.
He's scratching
Stop
at
saying
the door.
his name. He knows. We'll bring him in at the end. So anyway, got a big Santa head.
cry.
Yay. Shh. He'll be okay. Oh my God, you're the worst. All right. Anything else about Nag's Head you want to cover?
Food was great.
Food was good.
Food was good. I had lots of crab cakes. We stayed in a little historical house. It was probably too much house for us. I think we would be perfectly fine with a condo or a tiny home or something.
And it wasn't a big house.
Because we didn't eat there. It was a 2-bedroom.
We don't even need anything with a kitchen, really.
No, we don't eat there.
No.
I mean, we probably should have.
Probably should have.
Save
We spent
money.
more money than we needed to.
But we had a great time. It was so fun. You got to stop at the pinball arcade and play pinball. And
you were very patient. Thank you.
I was very patient. I was very patient.
It's not really a good time to go. Like, it's on the way to the beach. So you either go on your way to the beach, but you want to go to the beach, so you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Or it's on the way back, and you're just kind of like, ugh, I just want to go home.
Another
Like,
con was the markets, like the roadside markets didn't have, they weren't stocked. I did not get my boiled peanuts.
ew.
Usually the markets will have like a big crock pot full of boiled peanuts, and I'll just get a styrofoam cup of them and just eat them going down the road.
That is so, and they smell like just a wet, soggy
Let
fart.
us know if you want an ASMR video of me eating boiled peanuts.
And of me vomiting, because that's what would happen.
I love them.
No.
They're so good.
God, they're awful.
They're so
I
good.
hate boiled peanuts so much. And the only time they happen is when we're in the car.
You know what's so funny? Our son is allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
And I ate them when I was pregnant with him.
So it's probably your fault.
It's not my fault.
That's what it sounds like.
Not my fault.
Good job on that. Hope you're happy with yourself and your boiled fart peanuts. All right.
They're so good.
No, they're not. All right. Nag's Head was cool. It's probably
We had
going to
a
be
good time.
gone in a couple decades, so get it while you can. I mean, it is. It's, it's ocean levels are
The
rising.
baby is still scratching at the door.
I know. Okay. I wanted to talk about, so I was in the car today, and where is this thing?
It's right here.
Okay. I was in the car today, and this thing is there. So this is a Happy Meal toy. It has Spyro the Dragon, PlayStation character, and then some chick from the Crash Bandicoot series.
Do you still use it?
No, I
Then
had
why
this
is it still in the car?
because I didn't know I was not going to use it. So the new car has a backup camera. My old camera did not have a backup camera, so I would use this. It's just a puffy nonsense hunk. And I would use it to squeeze.
If I can't say wet ham chunks, you can't say puffy nonsense hunk.
Deal. And I would use it to squeegee the driver's side rear view mirror because I needed a rear view mirror to exit my driveway. Now I don't, but I didn't really, I transferred it to the new car.
Okay, I wondered why it was still there because I was going to throw it
the
away.
new car. Well, yeah, I don't really need it. But here's the thing. The point is, I saw this and it reminded me that Happy Meal toys are stupid now. Look at it. It's just a puffy nothing. It's just like,
What does that do?
Let's print some characters
On a pillow.
on a pillow and let's give it to kids. Because like, look, kids, you get this now.
What is a
Woo!
kid going to do with that?
Stupid. It's very upsetting. All this is just like,
Then we should ceremoniously throw it away.
PlayStation just says like, hey, McDonald's, we're going to pay you some money, put our crap on crap and give it to kids. And it got me thinking, it used to be better. And I've shown my son some of the Happy Meal toys that indeed used to be better. Take this, for example. This is a McDonald's little drink that turns into a robot. It is awesome. Focus on the robot, not me. Anyway, awesome robot. You've got a double quarter pounder here. Also turns into a pretty rad looking little robot. Look at him there. You've got another burger. Transforms into a robot. You've got dinosaurs even. Dinosaur ice cream guy. And then, not to mention, you've got like, the classic McNugget. You've got the McNugget guy. You've got, Fireman McNugget. Shannon, did you have this one?
No, but he would make fun of you while he fought the fire in this house.
That was a throwback that was not necessary. Where's his hat?
Right there.
All right. Look at that. He is
You
ready
want
to
him
go.
showing up to rescue your cat from a tree.
Look at him. Look at him. All right. Anyway, We all know what he looks
But
like.
why do you have all of these toys, asks the viewer?
Because I won these in an auction. Didn't think I was actually going to win them, but as we've established, I'm a very excitable person and apparently hard to say no to. So whose fault is that really?
Oh no! Ice cream dinosaur man!
That's a terrible thing. Anyway, what?
There he is.
Thank you. So, did you have a favorite Happy Meal toy?
This will come as a surprise to no one.
Little Mermaid?
Yep. It was a wind-up Sebastian.
I did not have that one.
And he was about because I like to pretend to be the princesses when I played. And I didn't have a flounder. Now you see plush flounders everywhere. We saw one at Kohl's yesterday. I would have killed to have a plush flounder to play pretend with. I used a pink Puffalump to be a flounder, but I had that Sebastian wind-up toy, and he was my Sebastian when I played Ariel. So I loved him. He was my favorite. You wound him up, and he kind of just...
I didn't have that one. Was he from the same series where you had the Squirty flounder?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have... I did have Squirty flounder. He got filled with mold, so I think
mine
he
too. Mine too. And then the Ariel that did not stay upright?
Yes. She was bent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had her too.
She was supposed to float upright,
She
but
did
she just
not.
fell over.
She did not.
The one I had the longest was the Prince Eric. I
didn't have him.
I had him in the boat. There was an Ursula. I don't know what she did. I never had her.
I don't remember. I didn't have her either. I remember the flounder, the Sebastian, and the Ariel, and the Ariel did not.
I think we had no.
But Sebastian was good.
We didn't have Sebastian.
I could pretend with him, and he was my guy.
Yeah,
with the Puffalump.
Happy Meal toys used to be actual toys.
Yeah,
and I don't know what happened.
Archer has graduated from the Happy Meal, though.
He
doesn't get a Happy Meal anymore.
No,
it's like a changing of the guard. It wasn't enough food.
Or maybe it just had too crappy of a toy, and he's like, forget this.
No, really and truly, they don't give you enough French fries in the Happy Meal. They're like, do you want fries? Here, have a tiny box with 4 fries in it.
Do you think it's like, hey, y'all are advertising bad food to kids too much. We can't allow this. You need to have crappier toys and no fries so that kids won't be tricked into your bad food.
I don't know.
Anyway, it just is something I noticed today and it bothered me, so I'm making it bother you.
I'm glad this thing isn't in the car anymore because it's weird.
It is weird. I hate it, but it was very functional for a squeegee.
You can't even nap on it.
I mean, if you had a very tiny head. Yeah, good job. And then just a little bit of a mention. I was fortunate enough to guest on the Pen Addict podcast last week. So if you're curious about that, you can go to the Pen Addict website or their web.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcasts. So that was a lot of fun. It was a big deal. I was super nervous because Brad Dowdy is like
the man,
the pen guy, and the Pen Addict is the pen podcast. And to be asked to guest on that was super cool and something I've always really, really wanted to do. So that was cool. I thought we had a good chat. So if you're curious, you can poke around there.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Drew called me perfect in every way on that podcast.
That's true. That's true.
Just saying.
As far as just kind of like... As far as just kind of stuff that's going on,
Dinah turned 14 last week. Dinah, our aged little corgi lady.
Our first corgi died at 12, so she's
very suddenly.
Yeah, she's been hanging in there.
So when we decided very quickly to get Hank, we were like, well, Dinah's getting up there in age. She probably won't be around too much longer, so we won't have 3 corgis for a very long time. And Dinah, I think, took that and went, whatever.
I'll show you.
So I went home to let them out on my lunch break, as I try to do as often as I can. And I was outside with them, and Dinah, I thought she was rolling in something on the floor or on the ground, and she was convulsing. And so I kind of knelt down and I kind of put my hand on her and I watched her a little bit. And I was like, Dinah.
She's still alive, just letting y'all know.
She's still alive. She's fine. And I panicked. I called Drew and he was like, take her to the vet. Took her to the vet. I called our vet. They were like, bring her right now. I scooped her up. She had mud all over her from where she was convulsing. Her eyes were open. She was fine. She wasn't unconscious or anything. And I got her in there, and they were expecting us, and they had put a blanket down on the floor in the exam room, and they've never done that before. In any of the times we've been there, I was like, oh, they think I'm bringing in a dying dog. This is the end of life blanket. It made me feel some kind of way. that the end of life blanket was down. So anyway, she had her neurological exam was fine. They said she probably did have a seizure. We can't say why, obviously. So they did a panel of blood work, which all came back normal. So it was just kind of an unexplained. She had one 10 years ago, probably, that my sister witnessed. We weren't home. And it was the same kind of thing. She was completely fine afterwards. Nothing happened. Nothing came of it. So it could just be one of those things that just happens. So I watched her for the rest of the day. I worked from home. And then 2 days later, she started peeing all over the house. And just inexplicably, just accidents. And it had blood in it. So we took her back to the vet. And she had a urinary tract infection. So she cost us a pretty penny the week she turned 14.
Two unrelated things.
Just.
And now she is pretty much fine for both of them.
She's fine.
She's still not allowed upstairs where the carpet is, but.
She will pee.
Yeah.
She's
getting it together, though. She was like peeing every 3 seconds, but now
she's doing much better. But yeah, I thought for sure she was dying. She's dying. She's dying right now. But I remember I had taken her to a checkup maybe 2 months ago, a month ago. And the same vet who saw her said, I could see her living another year or two. She's in pretty good shape. Like
labs and panels wise, she's in fine shape.
She has bad teeth. That's about it for her. She has bad teeth and she has some skin allergies. And she gets kind of some skin stuff. But as for a 14-year-old dog,
she's doing all right.
She's doing all right.
Which, ironically, one of the reasons we got Hank, Felix's dad, third.
I said that already.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. You don't even listen to me when we're sitting right here.
I was playing with the McDonald's toys. Did you see this one?
I did.
He kind of looks like he's wearing a little sweater vest.
I did see that.
Do you think he's wearing a sweater vest?
Probably, as robots are wont to do.
Anyway.
You're not even listening to me.
So we only really got a third dog because Dinah was so old.
I already said that.
Yes. So the dog is costing us an arm and a leg. Yesterday and tonight, WrestleMania 41 is happening. So we're both very, very excited about that. Right? Who's your favorite wrestler, honey? Who's your favorite wrestler? Shimburino. I mean, they're all right. Do you know any modern wrestler in the WWE? Like that's active?
No.
Yes, you do. Shut up.
I don't remember the name of that one guy you talk about.
What about the guy on the TV series that we watched every episode of?
Oh, John Cena?
Yes.
Oh, well.
He's wrestling tonight.
He's an actor now.
He's wrestling tonight. He's a wrestler.
He's an actor now.
He is wrestling tonight. Him a wrestler. All right. Cody Rhodes is the gentleman that I've spoken of. Yes.
That's who I was thinking of. I thought his name was
Shimburino.
Shimburino. Oh, we talked a lot about
what on earth made you think of something? Oh, speaking of Shimburino, well, I'm so interested to hear what you're about to say.
We talked about Jason Isaacs on our last couple of episodes, and he's like had a resurgence because he's been in the most recent season of White Lotus.
Right.
He's like out there now.
Yeah.
And people are thirsty.
Did people not know that he was handsome before? I don't see why this is not.
I never heard a lot about it. I thought it was just a me thing.
I don't.
But evidently it's not. Everybody's like, "Oh, daddy."
No, he's a stud. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to watch. I don't know if I want to suffer through more White Lotus just to see him though.
We were talking about that yesterday. Like we were talking about White Lotus, and Succession.
Mm-hmm.
Succession to a lesser extent, but the thought that we were kind of rolling around was that there are some TV shows, some movies where the acting is phenomenal, but that's the main draw. And sometimes that's not enough for me. Sometimes, just looking at something and saying like, oh my God, the acting is so incredible. It's like a clinic, that's cool, but it doesn't get me excited. And music is probably the same way, where like you could listen to a band that is amazingly talented and like some of the best musicians in the world.
But if you don't like the music.
Right. So that's just kind of the way it is with me. Like I know White Lotus has tremendously talented actors, and I know that they're delivering phenomenal performances. But, Succession was the same way for me. It's like, it's good. It's objectively good, but that doesn't mean I want to watch it. And that doesn't mean that being objectively good, having tremendously talented actors and great performances does not immediately mean that it's going to be enjoyable to everybody.
Just like being objectively bad, like So I Married an Axe Murderer, doesn't mean it can't be entertaining.
Fair enough.
Full circle.
Fair enough. That's not I don't disagree.
My baby is crying.
Oh my God. You and that dog. Hang on. Shannon. Oh my.
I need to go get my baby.
Oh my God. So, anyway, let's see what else we got going on. We're rewatching. Oh, will you hit that light again?
What light?
That light just went off. Hit the button up there.
This one?
No, the one that says on. The one that it's got a little power icon on it.
I can't see.
You got to click it. Nope. You just turn them both on.
Like that?
That's off now. Okay. Anyway. Oh my God. Why did you have to get a dog?
Put him a baby. But at least I have Felix now.
All right. I don't know why this needed to happen, but anyway, there's a dog now.
He was sad.
Now he's going to know that he can do this and that this behavior
He can.
is allowed.
It is. He's a baby. He's a baby.
I know. We're rewatching Severance again. And, well, no.
We finished the
We
first
rewatched
season.
the first season. We're into the second season. And we're kind of mixing that up a little bit with the new season of Righteous Gemstones, which we only saw that first episode, which is like a flashback episode.
Severance season 1. Oh, he's going to lick the microphone. Severance season 1
It kind of
gives me anxiety.
With you. Yeah, mess with you a little bit.
It's just the way it's shot and the way it's, I don't know, it gives me anxiety. So I needed to break that up with something silly. So we're going to pepper those in. The first episode, two episodes of season 2, they have not freaked me out in the same
Gemstone?
way. No, of Severance.
Oh, yeah, 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't freaked me out in the same kind of way. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's on our front burner here. I'm making my way through Assassin's Creed Shadows from a video game standpoint. That's been a lot of fun. And then you have been, you finished Drag Race.
I did. You watched the finale with
Yep.
me. It was so fun. It
That
was
was
good.
fun.
I was really happy with the winner.
Me too.
Congratulations, Anya Nerve.
Anya Nerve.
It
my
did
only
take nerve.
my only complaint is that Anya Nerve's name wasn't Anya with an A, like Anya Nerve, because that's an actual name.
Yeah.
Anya, not a name, but you can still the pun still works. Anya Nerve, it still works with an A.
I'm sure she cares what a cis white hetero man thinks about her name.
I'm
spelling.
just saying. That would have been an added bonus. I still voted for her. Like I wanted her to win.
We liked her.
Based on what you said about how she was consistent throughout the whole season.
Girl has confidence.
But I don't
She's
know.
well-rounded.
I don't know if she won the lip sync.
I
at
don't
the
think
end.
she won that lip sync. But if you look back at her whole season, she had a good season.
Yeah,
But I would have been fine if Jules
You were
won
really
too.
sunk down into the chair.
What's Felix's fault?
God,
He's just a baby. He's just a baby.
no one can hear you. Anyway, that's about it though. No, I think we're pretty much good to wrap up there. Is there anything else? Oh, I guess just an FYI, I'm gonna.
He loves me.
No. Just an FYI, I think that going forward, there will be a couple episodes that I'll do on some video games. I'm going to do some, not streaming because it's not going to be live, but I'll record some gameplay of, stay away from my Santa. I'll record some gameplay of some retro video games, so that'll be an ongoing series-ish thing. We'll see.
Look at all the dog hair.
Yeah, I wonder how that got there. Crazy. Yeah, so I guess look forward to that if you want. Also going to have a thing coming up with David Parker over at Fig Boot on Pens, except it won't be on pens. It'll be Fig Boot on movies, so you can look forward to that as well. If you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to look forward to. Honestly, this is just us, shooting the shit. We're not going to be, there's not going to be a format to this. If you like this, you'll continue to like future ones. And if you don't, then just kind of abandon ship. See you later. Anything else you want to add before we shut things down here?
Nope. I'm good. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to us. Be us.
All right.
I guess.
Shimbarino.
Don't you like his move? Doesn't he have a special move where he puts people in a leg lock and farts?
Farts, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite. He has the best outfits too. And he always enters the ring to Lady Gaga.
How about that? What would be your pro wrestling entrance music if you had to come down?
Oh, it would be that Sarah Brightman song.
Oh,
that was playing
Arabic one when you killed the fly.
Yeah, when I killed the fly. Yeah, that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right, y'all. Thank you a bunch. It's always a delight spending some time with you. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us. We love it. Even 2 positive comments really do make our day. So,
yay!
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.